yet? What's it like looking at that, and how did he do so?
Yeah, you know what? To be honest with you, the video itself is just okay. At least I know he's not doing this, which I didn't expect. But the audio is what I was the most interested in, and was really good. And to be able to sit there and have stand there and have a conversation and verbalize every single play that he sees a signal. Okay, now gets his guys lined up. Okay, here's what I'm looking at. There's a Sam. Okay, it looks like quarters, but the Sam's outside leverage, so it might be this and it might be that. I'm going to go here, go there, and just have him talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. And one of the things we want to do is, he knows football. He's actually really football smart. It's the speaking the language thing that we're working on with him, so that, you know, when a GM or a scout or, you know, an offensive coordinator comes in this time next year and puts him on the board, that all that football knowledge can come out. So the more he can talk and articulate that, the better. And it was really good.
Where did the idea?
There you go.
Where'd the idea for that come from, Tom?
Just us kind of bantering around ideas on ways to keep him involved. And so at first we were going to have a clipboard, and, you know, he was going to have to write down every play. And then I went to Quiz. I said, Quiz, can we get a camera that follows him around, so at least we can hold him accountable for, you know, for being there and leading and all that? And he goes, well, why don't you try one of those ones you used on their helmets last year? And I said, well, you know, it's from ground level. He's way back. And he goes, but you can get audio on that. I said, well, okay. So it kind of spawned that idea.
How much of an opportunity is this for JT now to play with the first string offense, to get him some reps, to get him comfortable with the offense for if anything happens next year and down the road?
Well, I don't know. I think you forgot Cardell a little bit too.
Or Cardell.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, both of those guys.
Right.
I know Cardell got snaps last year.
Correct. Yeah, it's very valuable for JT. Maybe probably a blessing in disguise, to be honest with you, for those two guys to be able to get the quality of reps that they're getting this early in camp. And so I think it's really good for both those guys. Cardell, you know, running with the ones the last 2 days, and JT with the twos. You know, who knows, had Braxton taken all the snaps with the ones and Cardell with the twos, where does that leave JT? And then you got to split reps and rotate, and it's hard to get in the rhythm. And so it's been nothing but positive for those two guys.
For those guys, what do you want to see out of Cardell? What do you want to see out of JT?
Consistency, I guess, is probably the main thing. Both of them are really, really bright guys that kind of understand the offense and have been around a while. They know, and, you know, I told JT, hey, you know, everybody kind of gets paid to do different things in my room. You know, JT, you don't get paid to run 4.3 like Braxton, or get paid to be 6'5" like Cardell. You get paid to be accurate. So be accurate. That's the only thing you got to do, is make great decisions and be accurate. And Cardell, you get paid to get the ball out of your hands, and be, you know, this is what you get paid to do. So do that and do it really, really well, and then we'll continue to enhance the other part. But I'm never going to make JT Barrett 6'5", you know, and I'm never going to make Cardell, you know, I'm never going to change his release or whatever his deficiencies are. A lot of those can't be changed, so let's accentuate our strengths and make sure our strengths shine through in these practices, and then we'll kind of go from there.
How close, I mean, obviously it's early in spring, let alone fall, but how comfortable or confident are you that by the time fall comes, one or both of those guys will be ready to be?
Fine. Not now, but yeah, I mean, both those guys have shown a lot of progress in just these 2 days. And again, like you said, the one thing you never get to see too is how a quarterback can create in spring practice and in 2 days, because they're always wearing a black jersey, and, you know, they run around and a guy gets close to him and the whistle blows, and it's a 1 yard gain, where had they been live, who knows how far it would have gone. So I think if they continue on this path, which I don't see them deviating from, then yeah, they'll be just fine.
Is there anything different in your meeting room with Kenny gone?
I miss him.
I would imagine. Is he coming?
He comes around.
Is a grad assistant thing still possible?
No,
for
well,
next
I
year?
mean, we'll see where we're at. I mean, we got guys already that are in that role because Kenny chose to pursue, his dream of playing professional football, which I don't blame him for doing. So obviously couldn't put that kind of commitment in this spring, and we had to move on and hire some people. So I would hope that opportunity would be there for him when he's done playing, but I can't guarantee that.
When has Braxton changed? Does Braxton have to change in that room just because there's not another veteran guy in there with him? It's younger guys.
I don't think he can defer. We try to be direct teachers as much as possible, meaning we in our meeting rooms we ask a ton of questions. It's not lectures. I mean, there's a ton of questions. Hey, Braxton, what do we call that? And I want them to be able to teach the teacher. And I think maybe at times I deferred to Kenny just because I knew Kenny knew all the answers and made the meeting kind of run smooth. And Braxton's kind of taken on that role now and has done a great job. But yeah, he's and then we sit in order of class, and now he's at the kind of the head of the table and all that stuff. So it's kind of neat to see him slide into that role of the old man in the room a little bit.
Does JT speak up pretty quickly too? I mean, how is he?
Oh, he's great.
In that regard.
Yeah, great. Both those guys, both the guys that are out here are great.
Cardale, you mean? Yeah.
Oh yeah, verbally, they do a great job. And when they don't know, they ask. Or say, I don't know. They don't babble. They don't try to BS their way through an answer. And, Coach, I don't know. Or, Coach, can you explain that again? Or, I mean, it's really good.
That you may have been asked this when I was gone for a second there, Tom, but how do you see that battle unfolding right now? I mean, because clearly the backup is huge, especially going into next season and stuff. But what have you told them, I guess, you want from them this spring, these 15 days?
Yeah, just consistency. Be the best. You were brought here for specific reasons in terms of what you do well. Make sure that what you do well all the time. And then we'll work on those the other things, the things that you need to work on. We'll work on those things. But I don't. They're doing a really good job. They're on a great trajectory. I think if they continue on this path, which I can't imagine them deviating from, then we'll be fine in the fall in terms of whoever. It's like kind of picking 1A or 1B. But we got a long way to go. We just practiced 2 days in our underwear. We hadn't done much.
Yeah.
Tom, have you reviewed the Brax cam footage from Tuesday already?
Yes. But you get real high. There it is.
Did anything surprise you about it?
No, the audio. Like I said, the audio was probably the best thing to take away from it. Was just hearing him talk about each play and what he saw. Because the video is kind of hard to. It's from his hat and he's standing 10 yards behind the play and all that. But the audio was really what.
Could you see a reality TV show coming out of this? I mean, Braxton in his cap or
No.
anything like that? No, you don't. How glad were you to see the 10-second rule tabled? Or
Hang on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
How are the early returns
started
on?
first.
I did. He's Mr. Tim May
I
now.
know.
How are the early returns on Stephen Collier?
Fine. His head's swimming. He'll be fine. I mean, he gets very limited reps and rightfully so. I mean, I talked to him after practice today. Coach, there's no way. I mean, I wouldn't know my left from my right. No, this is fine. This is fine. I'm sitting back here and I'm watching, and so. But he does well in the drills and all that stuff. He'll be just fine. I mean, he's a high school senior, so even though at Ohio State,
He should be getting ready for prom here soon.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Oh, no, 3 weeks ago, you expected this 10-second thing to go to the wayside, and it was tabled, obviously, or put back,
tabled,
whatever. Yeah, I think that's the right word. Do you see any merit in it at all, Tom, down the road? Just what's your take on it? Same as it was?
Same as it was at the basketball game.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no, that I've seen, there's really no evidence that playing faster, I get it, more snaps, but I mean, snaps are snaps. I mean, however fast you go, you want to limit the amount of snaps, then limit the amount of snaps, make the game, okay, you got till 70 snaps, then that's the end of the game. Don't put 4 quarters on it, don't put overtime, don't have a playoff system. Are we all gonna, then we're gonna turn down playoff system, or a playoff bid because Now we don't want our guys playing an extra game's worth of plays. You know, I just there's every time I get in my car, I have a chance to get in an accident. If I drove 24 hours a day, does that chance increase? Absolutely it does. But we're not asking these kids to do, much that's, I'm probably saying too much. You guys are going to misquote me. So
You might be a better driver though.
and in fact, I would probably be a better driver at the end of the day. You're right. Thank you for finishing.
Unless you're in Atlanta.
Drive for 24 hours.
Last question.
24 hours.
What you've seen so far in those guys.
Well, they're going really hard. It's so hard. I thought it was funny that you guys were talking to the offensive line coach after 2 days of practicing in underwear. So, I mean, it's kind of.
Two Jerry gives
They throw some scraps.
We have two practices in underwear, and you tell them, hey, why don't you guys interview the O-line coach? Like, I don't even know if these guys will hit anybody.
I was saving you for later.
No, but not like.
Wide receivers, defensive backs.
Never mind. I'm just giving you a hard
Offensive
time.
coordinator.
But no, we
The greatest line of all time.
yeah, I don't know what they are. They go really hard, and I think the competition has made for some increased intensity. So, but we won't know until we get pads on. And these guys start flying around and blitzes, and our defense has played one front for 2 days, so we won't know much.
Do you have a sense, though, from what you've seen or what you knew from last year, that these guys are
I know Taylor Decker can play. That's about it.
helpful?
All right, see you guys.
Thanks, John.